Instagram stories for Monday, July 14th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. Do you remember how on the weekend edition of the show, I talked about how YouTube was taking measures to crack down on unoriginal content and how people took that way too far with what that actually meant? Well, good news, Facebook is doing something similar. We'll talk about it today. They are taking efforts to prevent unoriginal content from being promoted on the platform. What you need to know about, we'll dive in. Additionally, we'll also do a question and answer session from the head of Instagram, who will answer questions like, will edits charge money in the future like CapCut does? Does having the TikTok logo on your reel get you punished? How do you find all the people who have unfollowed you? And if you got hacked, what should you do next? All of these questions plus more on today's episode, but first, here's a quick word from our sponsor.
Dreaming of buying your first car or new home? Knowing your FICO score is the first step to making it real. With MyFICO, you can check your score for free, and it won't hurt your credit. You'll get your FICO score, full credit reports, and real-time alerts all in one simple app. Your credit score is more than just numbers. It's the key to building the future you've been working toward. Visit myfico.com/free or download the MyFICO app and take the mystery out of your FICO score.
Welcome back. On the weekend edition of the show, I talked about some steps that YouTube was taking, which are really minor policy changes, but people blew way out of proportion in terms of what that meant for AI content and spam on the platform. Facebook is now doing something similar, announcing that they are reducing unoriginal content. They say too often the same meme or video pops up repeatedly, sometimes from accounts pretending to be the creator and other times from different spammy accounts. To protect and elevate creators sharing original content, we're introducing stronger measures to reduce unoriginal content on Facebook. Here's what you need to expect. Accounts that improperly reuse someone else's videos, photos, or text posts repeatedly will not only lose access to Facebook monetization programs for a period of time, but will also receive reduced distribution on everything they share. In addition, Facebook says that if their systems detect duplicate videos, they will reduce the distribution of the copies so that original creators get the visibility they deserve. They're also testing adding links on duplicate videos that point viewers to the original piece of content. Glad to see that Facebook is taking steps here to protect creators. They also share some tips to maximize your content's potential. They say, post original content, that's content you create yourself, make meaningful enhancements. You can use other content you're approved to use from other sources, as long as you make it your own through creative editing, voiceover, or commentary. They also suggest telling a story. Authentic storytelling resonates with viewers and is more likely to perform well. They remind you to avoid watermarks. Avoid using visible third-party watermarks and content that is visibly recycled from other apps or sources. And lastly, use high-quality captions. Keep your captions and hashtags relevant to the content. I will link to this post from the Facebook creator team so that you can see more. One other story I want to cover. I came across a change.org petition for Meta to stop wrongfully disabling accounts with no human customer support. So far, 30,000 people have signed this change.org petition, which is all about when you have the experience of having your account on Instagram or Facebook disabled and not being able to get back in and not being able to contact a human. If you've ever experienced this, it's incredibly frustrating. Meta says they have a process to go through, which they do, but no humans actually review it. It is automatically determined what the decision is going to be based on whatever the circumstances are, but there's no way to contest or get a human to review the explanation so you can find out what's happened. There are countless stories online of people who have been locked out, no reason for their account being disabled, and no recourse to do anything about it. I will link to this change.org petition so you can check it out for yourself. You can find the links to everything I talk about in the show notes. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, the head of Instagram is going to answer questions about reach, questions about how to know if someone's unfollowed you, questions about what to do after you've been hacked, and a lot more. Stick around.
Ready to buy a car, a home, or just want to take control of your money? Your FICO score matters, and 90% of top lenders use it to make decisions. Check your FICO score for free today without hurting your credit score. Visit myfico.com/free or download the MyFICO app today. MyFICO gives you the score lenders use most, plus credit reports and real-time alerts to help keep you on top of your credit. Visit myfico.com/free and take the mystery out of your FICO score.
Welcome back. Let's dive into the questions and answers from the head of Instagram, and we're going to do the questions and answers in the order that I think the questions are interesting. The first one, will edits cost money in the future like CapCut? I like this question because the price of CapCut is absolutely outrageous compared to what it was. Now, I understand the business model, which is to get people hooked on a free product or very low cost, and then as they get more comfortable with it, you add more features and then justify the cost increase through more features. I understand this from a business standpoint and a psychological standpoint. However, in the case of CapCut, they have just put more and more features behind a paywall and just continue to increase the costs, where now the cost is wildly different based on what country you live in and can be as much as $20 per month. This is for a platform that was formerly free, which, by the way, you're using to make content to post on TikTok. ByteDance owns CapCut and TikTok. They're getting revenue from when you post. It's a very layered system that I don't like at all. Here's Adam's answer to whether or not edits will ever have a cost associated with it.
The plan is to keep edits free. We may need to charge for certain features if they cost too much to actually run, but so far we've been able to provide the whole thing for free, so check it out.
Okay, just as a reminder, Instagram made $61 billion of annual revenue in 2023, and it was estimated that they made $70 billion of revenue in 2024, so I'm pretty confident that they can afford to add these features. Okay, let's go on to the next question, which is a bit of detective work. How do I find out if someone unfollowed me? You might be tempted to try to find an app to do this for you. Don't do that. That's not a good look. You're going to have to input your username and password, and then you are likely to get hacked and not get the information you want anyway. Adam explains how to look at someone's profile page in order to figure out whether or not they are following you, and that will be the clue.
We don't proactively tell people if someone unfollows them, but if you do go to their profile, you should be able to figure it out by looking at that follow button. And if it says follow back or just follow, that'll let you know.
Okay, the next question has to do with reach. How does the algorithm treat carousel posts that mix photos and videos? Are they penalized? Good question. This really comes down to the content. Do people like that carousel, which includes photos and videos, more or less than they like your other posts?
No, if you want to mix videos and photos and carousels, that's great. Go on ahead. It will not hurt your reach. It will not necessarily help your reach. It'll just do well or not based on how much people are engaging with it.
Let's go on to the next question, which has to do with being verified and getting that blue check mark. Back in the day, this was such a big deal because you couldn't just buy your way into getting a blue check mark. You had to prove that you were worthy to have it. And to do that, you needed to have coverage in media sources. However, since Instagram added the ability to buy the blue check mark of verification, this has not come up very often. So let's do this question. How can I get verified? Here's Adam's answer.
There are two ways to get verified. You can buy a verification badge. We will verify your identity and actually provide you some other services, including some more protections against impersonation. Or if you have a lot of press about you, you can apply for verification, and you can do that through the app. Either way works.
Okay, let's go on to the next question, which has to do with horizontal video. To be clear, Instagram video is portrait, meaning it works on your phone the way you hold your phone. YouTube is landscape or horizontal, which is what this person is asking about. From a creator perspective, it is incredibly frustrating to have to make different videos for different platforms. You often have to shoot it 2 times or mess with the zoom. That's not really what you want to do. The question, is horizontal video a thing? Will Instagram ever support that? It seems like Adam's saying no.
Never say never, but we're really focused on video that people consume on their phones because the vast majority of usage of Instagram is on mobile phones. And so that is going to be not only vertical video, but also shorter video. It doesn't mean you can't have horizontal videos or you can't have longer videos on our platform, but we're going to focus on that mobile native type video.
You can absolutely post a horizontal video on Instagram. It just will be in the center of the screen and you'll have massive black boxes at the top and the bottom. If you're comfortable with that, then by all means, post a horizontal video. I've seen plenty of people write text at the top or the bottom. is a way of using that blank space. So that's always an alternative. Let's go on to the next one, which I actually really like. Will a super short reel still get reach, like a 3-second video? I've seen a lot of people make these 3-second videos where you have to watch it many times to try to understand what's happening, which is getting them more reach because it seems like this video is very popular.
Not necessarily. It might get reach, it might not get reach. It depends on whether or not it's resonating with an audience. We definitely now proactively look for really short videos that are trying to fool a user by like showing caption and not letting them read it, and so they have to re-watch it. That's we call engagement bait. We're pretty good at clamping down on that. So I would just go with the video that's going to help you tell the story that you're trying to tell.
Nice to see Instagram cracking down on people using that trick. The last question, are there some accounts that get the trial Reels option or everyone? Here's Adam's answer.
So right now, to get access to trial Reels, you need to be a public account, and you also need to have at least 1,000 followers. If you're a private account or a really tiny account, you're not actually, it doesn't seem like you're looking to grow. So it doesn't really make sense as a tool for you. We are looking into whether or not we should expand it to public accounts with less than 1,000 followers. So more to come there, but maybe not.
I kind of don't agree with not giving it to people who have less than 1,000 followers. To a certain extent, those people are likely just using it for personal reasons, family and friends. But what if you're just starting out a new account? What if you just opened a new business? Should you have to buy followers just so you can get to that 1,000 follower mark? No, that doesn't make any sense at all. I will, of course, keep you posted on that as Instagram rolls out that feature to more people. That is going to do it for the Adam Mosseri question and answer portion. But I want to talk about my email newsletter. If you're not familiar, I have an email newsletter where I recap all of the updates that I've talked about over the past week, and I send it out every Monday evening. However, I have noticed that on the email sign-up page, the buttons weren't working properly. I tested it myself, but I didn't test it thoroughly. That's on me. So I fixed that. If you've gone to the email newsletter sign-up page and it didn't work, now it should. Hopefully I took care of it. I did some testing this afternoon and everything seems to be working properly. You can find the link for how to get signed up for my email newsletter in the show notes, or you can go to my Instagram profile at Daniel Hill Media. It is the main link in my bio, so you can get there directly. That's it for today's episode. Thank you for listening, and be sure to come back next time for more social media news, strategy, updates, and all the things that you absolutely need to know.
Let me tell you a couple things that you should know about me. A product manager, but do not have a bachelor's degree. But actually, that's factually a fraction of me. And other fractions posting content irregular and irrationally. Still probably won't get a job at the Gram. They forgot, they don't know, or don't care who I am. That's why you never see me at the parties and events. My lack of followers must make me irrelevant. Don't have a course, a book to sell to make a bag of grand. Not a social media marketer, don't represent any brands. Plain to see, don't have an agency, but I got a lot of spam. Just putting in my work, without the glitz and glam. Won't catch me eating fish, unless it's shrimp or clam. No six pack, no risk that, there's a gym card in my hand. Don't have a full-time job, but I got a lot of plans. Stay plotting, dropping knowledge on TikTok and Instagram.
Ready to buy a car, a home, or just want to take control of your money? Your FICO score matters, and 90% of top lenders use it to make decisions. Check your FICO score for free today without hurting your credit score. Visit myfico.com/free or download the MyFICO app today. MyFICO gives you the score lenders use most, plus credit reports and real-time alerts to help keep you on top of your credit. Visit myfico.com/free and take the mystery out of your FICO score.